All right, so now all we have to do is activate it, turn on the jet mode, and then phew, we are out of the hangar. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is ScrapMan bringing you another episode of Scrap Mechanic, and we are back in the future military base. And today we are going to be installing some helipads and some aircraft landing areas. I'm not quite too sure what we're going to be doing other than helipads. I have some ideas. We're going to see if they work out. And then we're going to look at some aircraft to actually kind of test fly around and land on the helipads and test out their functionality. If you're new to the channel here and you like creative sandbox games, then definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button because that's what this channel is all about. And if you've been here before, you might remember the last time we looked at some awesome alien creations by you guys on the workshop for the different alien races that we have in the future military base worlds. And some of you have offered some ideas about the corruption lore, and I think I actually there's a certain combination of ideas that I really like. I was asking whether you think the corruption should be its own race, like with intelligence and things like that, or if it should just be more like a passive thing in the world. And I think that one of the things I really liked and that I'm gonna settle on is, what if the corruption works like a virus? And yeah, it's spreading across the world, but also it corrupts the existing creations. So we don't really have beings that we can corrupt because all we have is these little dwarf characters, and we don't have actual aliens or actual like military soldiers and stuff. So what if some creations have corrupted versions of them? So it's pretty much the same creation, but you can probably change the colors, maybe add a few little things that'll make it like asymmetrical, or like just things that'll make it like not quite the same, but close enough. And of course, it's going to be probably mostly black. And the corruption can work like a zombie hive mind virus, where everything it corrupts, it assimilates into its plan of taking over. Not its plan, but it's pretty much inevitability of just taking over the land. So that's what we're up against. It just made that a very difficult and formidable opponent for all of these aliens and the humans to be up against here. So, but back to what we're going to be doing in this episode. Let me know what you guys think about that, by the way, and if you have any ideas to add on to that. So we have these plateaus here. We've got this one, lefty over here. We got righty over there. I'm going to go ahead and get an aerial view and see if we can figure out which island would be more suitable for helipads. And then what we're going to be doing is spawning in some helipads, and hopefully in no time we will have a section for us to land in. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. We're gonna need more than helipads, because I'm thinking about the process of somebody coming and flying over here and landing on a helipad. They're gonna land here, but then they're gonna want to be able to transfer to a land vehicle in order to travel to the actual base over here. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna not only need the helipad, but we're also gonna need some vehicle hangars, or whatever you call them. Just like little spaces for the parking spaces for the actual land vehicles to be in. So I'm thinking about actually having the helipads hang off of the base, and I'm also thinking about having an airstrip, maybe coming off of the front here, like just a small little airstrip for jets to take off from. And I think that could be kind of cool. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at some helipads first and see what we're gonna use. All right, it looks like we have 3 helipads to choose from. This one has some turrets already on it by Craig Joke. This one here is a relatively simple helipad. The color scheme's a little bit different than what I would expect by Darkest LeBlack. And then we got this one here, which it matches the color scheme, and it has some interesting textures and stuff on top by Thales298. How to use. Delete the orange blocks, weld the blue pillar to the edge of a wall. Okay, you know, I think out of these 3, aesthetically, I like this one the best, so we're going to choose this one, and we're going to take a look at how big this thing is. Oh, this is actually not quite as big as I expected it to be. Here, can we get it to stand up straight there? There we go. It's a decent size. It's a decent size. Let's see how it compares in size to the other ones, because the size might actually be a limiting factor here. Okay, this one's a lot bigger. This one is a lot bigger. Oh, you know, I actually didn't even notice that this actually has like a slant right here, which is pretty cool. And it's got lights as well. It's really hard to choose. Like, I think overall, I like the design of this better. And it has stairs actually leading up to it, but it's kind of small. This one has a lot bigger size, and it has turrets, but there's no stairway. We'll have to make a stairway leading up to it. Let's try out these turrets, by the way. Check that out. All right. Here, well, let's just test out the size, because, like, to me, this is like a medium-sized craft right here. And I want to at least be able to land something like this on it. And, that pad looks a little bit small. They both kind of feel small, actually. They both feel a little bit small. But this one's at least, oh yeah, this one's doable. Yeah, it fits in here. Ooh, that is laggy. Probably because it's not welded or anything. All right, get up. There we go. All right, well, I think I'm gonna have to go with this one. I mean, it's got the built-in turrets. It matches the color scheme, and it has the size that we need to land a bigger variety of aircraft. So I'm gonna leave that over there for now. So that is the one by Craig Joke. All right, so now we need to actually weld this thing somewhere. So let's try to make it relatively centered. So let's go ahead and put that right there. And now we need to figure out what's the center point of this. Somewhere around like right there looks about centered. Yeah. All right, so we're just gonna do a little test weld here. Let's see how this feels. That actually doesn't feel too bad. Let's take a flight out and see how it looks from a distance. You know what? We could, since they're not nearly as big as I expected them to be, we could actually have like 3 of these right next to each other. And then we could just land right here. Oh, nailed it. Yeah, we might be able to do a whole like triple helipad thing on the side here. So what I think I want to do though is probably put like a 16 block distance in between them just so that the turrets don't actually like collide or anything. All right, we should be able to weld that one right there. How's this looking so far? Go ahead and get our aerial view. See how the symmetry is. Which side should I add the other? I should add the other one to the opposite side of that first one I put down. All right, I'm actually liking how this is probably going to look. All right, so this is what we're looking at for one side. Now we just have to put another set of 3 on the other side. All right, there we go. And I should probably make it so that this is actually attached to the ground. That'd probably be a good idea. All right, so now we have 6 helipads on this island, which is more than I planned on, but that's because they're a little bit smaller than I expected. But let's fly in from a distance, see how it looks. All right, this is actually looking kind of cool. To be honest. So then we can just kind of come in, land, come on down, land nice and steady here. And now we need to figure out how to get our people down off of the helipads. So it occurs to me that maybe you all have submitted some stairs. So I'm just going to type in stairs. Okay. We have not that many submissions for stairs. What? Futuristic staircase? Let's take a look at these. All right, we got Gamer Rock 01 has a futuristic staircase. We have to follow the green lights. Apparently has a gaming channel on YouTube called Cosmo Corner as well. So check that out if you like what you see here. All right, follow the green. Oh, okay. So these lights are on. So we're going to follow these ones. Oh, that's pretty cool. Wait, what about this side? Oh, that side looks like it got a little bit messed up. Oh, what? Uh-oh. I think I messed it up. I broke the stairs. What did I do? All right, what if I just go fast? Okay, is this side supposed to, like, open up? Oh. Wait, and then can we just go back down this side? Okay, it looks like it just whoops. So when you go up it, it then turns into a down staircase, but just in case somebody else needs to go up, then this side turns into an up staircase. Check that out, that's pretty cool. So either way it can be an up staircase depending on who used what side last. So that's a pretty cool concept. It definitely doesn't fit for the helipads though. So let's see what these are all about. This is by, oh, this is laggy. This is by Adicado, the XP gamer. So we're probably going to have to weld this thing to the ground. How do these staircases work? There's 2 buttons. There's a button here. This actually looks like a legit control panel. So I'm assuming this one activates the stairs. It's a ramp. And it's got SM in it too. This is pretty cool. What does the other one do though? Oh, this probably just opens the door into the control room. Wait, what is this? There's a duck inside. What does this do? Okay. Oh, this was, I think this was supposed to already be closed. And it was supposed to be a surprise duck box. But yeah, I accidentally left it open. Well, thanks for the duck surprise in these stairs. Now, these are actually pretty cool stairs. The only problem is that they have a lot of pistons right next to each other, which makes them a little bit laggy. So I think these might be, at least for the sake of these helipads, I think this might be a little bit too much just to access the helipads here. But still, awesome concept with like, it's not even stairs, it's more of like a ramp, handicap accessible. So I think we found another thing that we could use for our military base is we have a lack of different types of staircases to use throughout our base. So if anyone want to make some stair submissions, maybe I can actually wait until then to add them over here. So yeah, let's do that. Let's leave these like this for now. And let's focus on the rest of this island here, which is going to be, I want to make an actual like airstrip, like just like a short airstrip for jets to take off of. And I think I want to have that be at the front or the back, I guess, depending on how you look at it. Basically facing away from the base because the jets are going to take off away from the base. We have a couple of interesting hangars here. Ideally, I would like the hangars to be able to hold an aircraft and have the aircraft be able to fly out of the hangar. So let's see what size, how big these things are. Whoa, this is actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. And this is probably going to be really laggy if I let it hit the ground. So let's do this. And then let's go ahead and weld it. This hangar is almost like a runway in and of itself. It's really long. All right, there we go. It is now welded to the ground, so it should be a little bit less laggy. And I welded it so that the end of it is actually facing off. So I think there should be a doorway in the back of the hangar. So I'm going to, I hope this isn't going to ruin anything, but I'm going to delete just a little doorway back here. Little tiny doorway. All right, look at this. Is there a switch somewhere? There is a switch. So this is where the lights probably are. There we go. Those are some pretty legit lights. All right, how big of an aircraft do you think we can fit in here? Can we fit mine? Oh, this is like perfect. Look at that. All right, so then all we have to do is activate it, turn on the jet mode, and then phew, we are out of the hangar. That is exactly kind of what I want these things to be all about. That's pretty cool. All right, now the question is, can I turn around in this thing? Nope. Nope. I don't think I can turn around in here. All right, I like this hangar more than I thought I was going to. So let's see. Let's take a look at the other one though, just to see what else we were going to be looking at here. So we have this one here as well, but I am less keen to this one since it has a small door. But you know what? Let's just look at it just in case. This is by Rolling Ramen. Ooh, it's got some like fan type things. We can turn on these individual fans. That's kind of cool. Well, this thing is definitely huge. Let's open up the main door here. It's not working. Here, let me try this. There we go. Whoa. Whoa. That was actually pretty cool. Look at the way that door opens. That's a really cool door mechanism. I like that a lot. This is huge too. Oh, it holds multiple aircraft. You can see the parking spaces for them. And then they would presumably come out here, but this door is somewhat small for that, I feel like. Oh, we gotta get a huge lever here to activate this door. You know, this is actually a pretty cool hangar, but it's not quite what I had in mind for how I wanted to use a hangar over here. And this is kind of more what I had in mind. It was like kind of like just a takeoff point rather than a storage point. This might be good for like an off-site aircraft storage hangar rather than a landing strip hangar that we're actually going to be using to take off. Because what I'm thinking is for the future military base, we're gonna want to be ready to get up in arms at a moment's notice. It'll be nice to have a storage place for our planes, but we don't want to have to go get in the planes, taxi them out of the hangar onto a runway and stuff. We want to at least have a few hangars, and I'm thinking about having a couple of these right next to each other, like 2 of them, with a fighter jet just ready for takeoff at a moment's notice. So what my idea is somewhat centered over here. I want to have an exposed landing strip, so that way jets can come in to land. And then on either side of the landing strip, I'm going to have these long hangars for the jets to take off of. So right now I need to find kind of like the center point. And it appears that this is our center point from the helipads. Let's see how this matches up. All right, so here we have the start to our runway. So I'm gonna have this extend back just a little bit into the plateau and then a longer way outside of the plateau. Then I'm gonna put those 2 hangars on either side of it with some jets ready to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we have our jet takeoff and landing area. So what I figured is the center section is going to be pretty much like the landing area. Jets are going to come in and land in this area. And the side sections are where we have the emergency takeoff. So these hangars will just have jets already in them. And when there's an emergency attack or something like that, or we need to deploy our jets really, really quick, you hop in and the jets just go pew, pew, right out of the hangars, ready for action. And now what I'm also thinking about doing is I'm going to make this area, this back area here, I think I'm going to open up the back of these hangars, and then I'm going to make the roads, this runway curve back into each hangar. So that way when we land, we can actually reload the hangars. So I think we got the basics laid out for our aerial vehicle plateau. So now let's go explore some aerial vehicles that you guys have made that maybe we have or haven't seen before on the channel. Hopefully I can remember and pick out some ones that are new. But first let's start off with some, I think most of them have some vertical takeoff capabilities. I don't really think we have any true jets with wheels. So that is a possibility now. We can actually have jets with wheels since we have a landing strip. So I'm gonna type in helicopter and see what shows up. All right, this one looks pretty interesting. This is by 103 Roberts. Apparently it has no mods. It's actually pretty impressive. So this is a futuristic heli VTOL. So we're gonna see how big this thing is. It's got a radio on it already. Ooh, look at that. Okay, all right, I'm just trying to get a feel for how this... I thought the thrusters might have actually spun around on there. It looks like we got some weapons in the front here, some pseudo weapons. We got a cockpit up here. What is that sensor for? Is that just like... Okay, I think it's maybe that's just for show. It's like an automated camera or something. Nice tail fins. All right, so let's see how this thing works. It does not look like my controls. This is going to be interesting. Number one is to go up. Okay, you can see the propellers going in there. That's actually pretty cool. All right, number two. Oh, number two tilts us forward. Oh boy, tilt us back. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. It actually tilts the like the whatever you call those, the circular things forward and back. The blades, I guess. All right, so now number 4. Oh, look how it turns. That's actually pretty legit. That's pretty legit. I like that a lot. All right, how do we tilt forward again? Like this, I think. This has some pretty legit controls to it. Now, how do we pitch? Oh, not that way. Look at that. Yeah, this must have some logic and stuff going on in here as well. All right, so it's going to be really hard for me to figure out how to actually control this thing smoothly. So landing on the helipad with this is going to be a challenge since I'm just using the numbers at the top of my keyboard here instead of my normal alternate controls. All right, so let's slowly go forward. All right, there we go. Okay, backwards just a little bit. Oh boy. All right, 7 is to tilt that way. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Backwards, please. Backwards. Okay. All right, nice and gentle. Oh no, tilt. Forwards. Tilt. We did it. We actually landed this thing on a helipad. Oh, that went way more successfully than I expected it to go. But imagine this, like, check this out. Now, look at this thing actually fits perfectly with the color scheme of this pad here. So you ready for this? Are you ready for this? I should make a walkway in between these, like a legit walkway. Look at this. It's a little bit laggy with all these spawned in. Once they settle down, it should help us out here. All right, let's get up in the air and just take a look at how this looks with some fully armed helipads here. Oh yeah, now that's what I'm talking about. Look at how that looks. That looks fantastic. All right. You know what? I'm just gonna leave those there for now. Those look awesome there. All right, now let's type in jet, see what we can find for some jets. All right, we're gonna take a look at this thing. This thing actually has wheels underneath it. This is my original center, and apparently it has my preferred flight controls button, but the co-pilot seat has a boost button and weapons control. Ooh, there's a co-pilot. Let's do the co-pilot first. Let's see what this does. Oh, there's the weapons control, and maybe the boost button only works when the pilot's actually doing something. All right, now let's see if we can figure out how to control this thing. Oh wait, how do we close the cockpit? All right, I'm up in the air. Check this thing out. This thing actually has some really crazy little mechanisms in here that change how it looks, which is pretty cool. So this is jet mode that we're in right now. And then we also have, no, that's not what I wanted. Wait, where's VTOL mode? There should be a VTOL mode. Why isn't it switching back? I think we broke it. Okay, let's try to get into the hangar. I'm actually a little bit worried. This thing might be too big for the hangar. It might actually be a little bit too big for the hangar. We're gonna try to find out. Is it too heavy? Is it too heavy? We're not going anywhere. Why are we going anywhere? Go up. All right, let's land. I think I might have broken a button or something because something's not working the way it was before. All right, here we go. Now it's going up. I don't know what changed, but I think this thing actually does take off from the ground with the wheels. So all it has to do is just fit into the garage, I hope. Oh no, it is just too wide. Okay, so unfortunately we're not gonna be able to use this one in these garages. We're gonna have to find something a little bit different. But still, it's a really cool creation. Just sad that it didn't happen to work out with the garage sizes. All right, so for a jet, we're gonna take a look at this thing by Meatball. It's very fast and a lot of fun to fly, apparently. But I've actually been testing out a lot of different planes to try to put into the hangars, and a lot of, like, most of them don't use the controls that I'm used to, so I can't easily control its lift and then take off, or if it has wheels to just take it off. So I'm actually looking for a vehicle that can fit inside these hangars. So let's see how big these hangars are. So they have to be definitely less than 3 widths. So it's like 2.5 widths of full drag of the blocks here. So make sure that your vehicles are less than that. So like a safe width would be about 32 blocks wide, which is 2 full drags out of the draggable block. So this one fits. So let's see if we can actually get this thing to take off. I played with it just a little bit, and it's actually a little bit ridiculous. It's really, really fast, and the controls are really weird compared to what I'm used to. But let's see here. Can we figure out how to get back? Oh yeah, here we go. All right, I'm gonna try to remember how to control this thing. But my ideal is like if we can have a jet that could just take off straight out of this, and this might be it with the WASD control. Let me just see. Well, all right, so number 6 is for me to go up, but I think we can just go straight for, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna press 6 and straight at the same time and hope that we don't hit the ceiling. Here we go, in 3, 2, 1, take off. We hit the ceiling. All right, we hit the ceiling. All right, you know what? Now that we're closer, it'll be a little bit easier. 3, 2, 1, take off. There we go, and we are ready for battle. Look at that. I think that that's actually looking really, really good. I'm liking the way that this base is coming along. All right, this thing is really hard to control from what I'm used to. Uh-oh. All right, how do I pitch forward? I don't know how to pitch forward. Is that pitching forward? I don't feel like I'm pitching forward. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm going backwards. I'm not pressing anything. I'm just going backwards. And I'm going through the ground, apparently. It looks like our terrain, looks like our terrain glitched out as well. All right, so I'm in the market for stairs and jets that'll take off straight that use the ScrapMan flight controls. And you know what? What I'm going to do is in the Discord, I'm actually going to pin my flight controls into the future military creations for your reference. So that way you all know exactly what will make it easiest for me to use your creations, because it's really hard if I don't know how to fly your creations for me to really show off what it can do. So yeah, stairs and a jet that fits inside the hangar, and any other ideas that you may have. I'm also looking for some vehicle bays that we can use to house some trucks and stuff on that plateau. So that way when you get out of your helicopter or your jet or whatever, you can hop into a vehicle and drive across the bridge. So let me know what else you guys want to see in the future military base in the next episodes, and I look forward to seeing what other creations you guys are going to submit. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.